Hey, what's up, DIYers? Mike Boards with the Mike Boards channel. Thank you for watching. We're talking clocks today, and we have this one clock on our wall that always gets stuck randomly at a random time. We're going to try to fix it. Let's get started. All right, DIYers, in front of us are 5 clocks. On the left-hand side, Los Angeles, New York, Zulu, Amsterdam, and Tokyo. And right now, LA time, it is 9:45-ish. And unfortunately, New York, that's wrong. It is not 4:15 or 4:16. Zulu time's right, Amsterdam's right, Tokyo's right. We have an issue with the New York clock. Let's go ahead and remove it and figure it out. At the workstation now, and this is a 10-inch clock, nothing fancy. Down below in the comment section as well as description section is a link. And look, it's working all of a sudden. To the back side, I'm going to undo the battery. And around the entire outer portion are several Phillips screws. Grab a screwdriver, remove all those screws. And they're kind of small. Try not to lose any of them. And in our case, we have 6 screws. We can now pull the clock apart. And what we noticed after resetting the clock or pulling the battery out and putting it back in, the second needle would begin to turn, and about a couple hours later, it would be frozen again. So basically, what we think is one of these needles are binding up, maybe the minute or hour, or possibly the second. Let's go ahead and change camera angles and figure this out. So again, with the clock apart, I want to direct my attention to these needles. And basically what I'm going to do is carefully turn each needle, and that one spins freely. And again, I just want to see if any of these needles bind up on one another. And it looks like the second needle does slightly bind up on the bottom portion, but not bad. And it's fine now. Let's keep the minute needle going. And not bad. Now the hour needle. And it kind of binds up on the bottom portion here. So turn to the side, really get a good view of the gap in between each needle as they pass by. And as you can see here, there is a pretty good gap between all 3 needles. Real quick, change camera angles, and I bent this portion right here slightly up because it had a downward bend to it. And throughout the hours that the second needle spins, it may have made contact with one of the other needles. Back to this view, and what I want to show you is these little portions right here can actually bind up down at the base, and you will notice a little plastic white tab sticking up that these needles connect onto. And carefully reset each, and if they are crooked, straighten them out. There's definitely proper tools to work on clocks, but unfortunately I don't have any handy right now. And as you can see, I can pull that one up where it's completely loose. See that? And I want to properly reset it on the actual white tab, just like that. So if any of those get loose, it can bind up this clock and make it stop and not work anymore. Not good. Let's put it back together. And before I put it back together, that second needle right there, that red needle, if it's bent up too far, it could actually make contact with the plastic lens or glass lens, and that can make some noises as well as bind it up. You don't want that. So if that's the case, carefully just bend this down slightly. And if you bend it down and it makes contact with the minute needle, do the same with the minute needle. However, really pay attention to that part right there and how that is set up. Make sure everything is properly aligned and straight. All right, DIYers, all the screws are properly secured. Do not over tighten these, because in the event that you do, you could actually run into cracking the plastic or glass lens on the front panel. You do not want that. I put the battery back in and reset it, and as you can see, that just took a few minutes. All right, DIYers, the New York clock is repositioned and the proper time. As you can see to the left, it's just past 10 a.m. LA time. There is a 3-hour difference for New York, and it is just past 1 p.m. And to the right of that, Zulu, Amsterdam, and then Tokyo. It's 2 a.m. Tokyo time. What I'll do is give you an update here in a few hours. All right, DIYers, about a 2.5-hour update, and so far, so good. I am happy with it. Give you an update here in a few hours. Quick update, it is just shy of 10 p.m. New York time, and so far so good. It's working great. And it is dark out. We'll give you an update in the morning. All right, DIYers, not too far from the 24-hour point from when we worked on that New York clock, and it is doing great. Hopefully this helps. Do us a favor, below the video, you will see that thumbs up icon. Click on that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Definitely ring your YouTube bell. That would be very helpful to us. We'd really appreciate it. Thanks again for watching. And check out the video links scrolling above right now. We talk about this pretty cool collection.